been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. He always been faking me out. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now.
Testing, 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 testing.
Only the best.
You've never been to heaven, have you? Ooh, it's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite of your sweetest pie. Ooh, baby, we can go fast. I'll drive and you just lay back. I got the flavor, the last, yeah, the sweetest pie. I might take you home with us. I might give you all of it. Come get your toast of the sweetest pie. Ooh, it's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie.
Baby, I'm the sweetest. Pussy is the meanest. Hot girl shit, but I'm cold every season. Know he got that pipe, let him bust it till it's leak. Yeah. Booty like a pillow, he could use it while he's sleeping. Look, don't be going through my phone, cause that's the old me. Ain't the only one tryna be my one and only. Real thick, moving slow, that body like codeine. He a player, but for making it, cutting the whole team. That body, looking nice. I got cake and I know he wanna slice. I wish a nigga would try to put me on ice. I ain't never had to chase dick in my life. I want that nasty, that freaky stuff. Live under my bed and keep me up. That hand-selling girl to let him eat me up.
Ooh, it's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie. Ooh, baby, we can go fast. I'll drive and you just lay back. I got the flavor, the last, yeah, the sweetest pie. I might take you home with us. I might give you all of it. Come get your toast of the sweetest pie. Ooh, it's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie. You got me hung up from across the room. I'm so high that I'm on another altitude. And on my cloud, I got some space for you. Got a taste for you.
Won't bounce to the ounce, pick it up, put it down. Wanna put his nutty buddy in my fudge round. He tight than a bitch, he ain't had it like this. Toes curling like they throwing gang signs on crib. One thing about me, I ain't taking no shit. He will, I know it's pissing off his old bitch. Caesar, Milan, I got his ass trained. Try to let a dog know who really running things.
You've never been to heaven, have you? Ooh, it's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie. Ooh, baby, we can go fast. I'll drive and you just lay back. I got the flavor, the last, yeah, the sweetest pie. I might take you home with us. I might give you all of it. Come get your toast of the sweetest pie. Ooh, it's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie.
Real hot.
Yeah, I might try to do a call-in show tonight, yeah.
I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie.
Only the best.
That's the motto.
Where's all the Uncle Lou would never say that to somebody's face people? Where are all those people at today?
Puffing on that gelato, wanna be seeing double. Gotta do what
only video I've seen of the Augusta National is a drone footage of Magnolia Lane, which is the entrance, the players' entrance to the club. If you've ever seen the Masters on TV, you've seen Magnolia Lane. It's just that the driveway to the clubhouse, and it's lined by trees on either side, and a lot of those trees got uprooted and blown over. I haven't seen any footage of like the entire course, but there's a lot of really big old trees out there, so I'm sure there was a lot of damage out there. But I mean, you shouldn't be worried about the Augusta National or the Masters or whatever. They print money out there. It's been a long time ago now, 10 or 15 years ago, a tornado actually went through Augusta National and took some trees out. You know what they did? They hauled in fully grown pine trees and replaced the ones that got knocked over. I'm talking 200-foot tall trees they had hauled in on like triple trailers. They blocked off the interstate from like Columbia to Augusta because these tractor trailers were so big. It was basically 3 tractor trailers tethered together, loaded with fully grown pine trees, and they had them imported in and planted. So don't worry about the Augusta National. Worry about the guy down the street who, lost everything he owned and doesn't print his own money. It does feel good to be back. I am a serious, I need habit, routine, and consistency. I have to have habit and routine, or I just fall off. So the last 13 days have been a disaster, literally and figuratively. I got to get back into swing of things here. Whoever this troll is with the fake name, what is this, Murica Fetus or whatever the hell, that's projection, buddy. These people that say that guy probably whooped your ass, whatever, that's projection. That means one of two things. Either anytime you say something to somebody in public, you get your ass beat, which is likely, or even more likely, you would never do anything like that in public because you're just a giant pussy. But that's projection. But there's a lot of projection going around about those two videos. The Alabama Gump video and the Tennessee Hilljack video. There's a lot of projection from y'all going around on that. You're telling on yourself. A lot of you are telling on yourself. The guy didn't want to be on video, but he's in public. So, I mean, that's, the only person that could have made me turn that camera off was the casino itself, not anybody in there. You don't have an expectation of privacy inside of a casino. Breaking news, everything you do in a casino is recorded. They can read your watch from the security room. But, yeah, no. Yeah, we'll be coming to Vegas in January. Scared woo. Yeah. I yelled at 500 Tennessee fans. You haven't left your house in 6 months. Okay. Scared woo. I yelled at 500 Tennessee fans 5 seconds after they lost to Arkansas. What did you do? You spent all weekend typing on the same way you spent every weekend for the last 15 or 20 years. Nothing happened after the video. He just didn't want to be on video. Now, I'm an asshole, but only to a certain extent. So he didn't want to be on video, so I ended the video. That was it. You cut the camera and I didn't cut the camera and apologize. Jesus Christ. It's more project. Look at this guy. All you're doing is telling on yourself, buddy. You're just telling on yourself. It's projection. That's what you would do. Well, you never would have done it to start with. No, I don't have internet. I'm using a hotspot, right? A mobile hotspot. I don't know how well it's gonna. I've never had to do any of this shit before, so I don't know how well the mobile hotspot's gonna work for. Straight seems to be working all right now. I'm hoping on Saturday, because I have YouTube TV, so I'm hoping on Saturday I can run these 3 TVs off the hotspot and stream at the same time. But I don't know how much bandwidth is available on a mobile hotspot, so I'm gonna test the limits for sure on Saturday. No, none of those people were. First of all, most of them were laughing in the beginning. This one guy got mad because he kept saying he didn't want to be on video. And so eventually I did stop filming and turn it off. I mean, I don't want to be like one of these people who on YouTube who walks into the post office for the specific purpose of trying to piss people off for filming them. I just wanted to laugh at Tennessee fans, and there was a bunch of them there, so that's what I did. You know what I've noticed over the last week? Thousands of people who have never had Starlink, never used it, and don't know anything at all about it are telling everybody else they should get Starlink. Why don't you have Starlink, Brian? Starlink is the slowest commercial internet service you can get. Now, it's reliable after a hurricane, whereas regular internet isn't. But how often is a once-in-a-lifetime storm going to come through Augusta in my lifetime? Probably once. Right. Any internet you have works better than Starlink, Brian. That's the point. Starlink's got some serious limitations. It's the slowest internet you can get. It's the fastest satellite internet, but it's slower than any landline internet, or not landline, but cable or fiber optic or whatever. It's really, really slow. It's expensive too. It's more expensive than regular internet, both the startup cost and the mobile and the monthly cost. Did Uncle Lou get paid in Vegas? Oh, I didn't go to Vegas, buddy. I was in Cherokee, North Carolina. And I didn't go up there to gamble. I went up there to watch football and to have power and hot water and comfort. I didn't do much gambling. No update on when the internet will be back here, no. No, I didn't go to Vegas. I just drove up to Cherokee, North Carolina. Yeah, the entry-level Starlink plan is like $120 a month, and it's the one with the lowest speeds. And then I think it's the next one is $220 a month, and it gives you a faster speed, but it's still slower than what you would otherwise have. Yeah, Jenkins, you might live in a rural area. If you live in a rural area, satellite is great because it's better than anything else you could possibly get. I would buy Starlink as a backup to have in case something ever happens to my internet again, if I could afford to do something like that, but I'm not going to pay $200 and something a month for an internet service that I'm probably only going to use once every 5 years or whatever. We got to get the roof replaced. We lost one tree, and it fell across the fence. So
Only the best.
Part of the fence has to be replaced. The tree obviously has to be cut up and moved. Part of the I don't even know what it's called. It's like the part of the house where the roof meets the wall of the house. Part of that, I don't even know what it is. It's like some kind of a molding almost around the outside of the house. It got ripped away from the house. So how bad is the roof? Well, I didn't go up there and look at it, but there's 500 shingles in my yard. I mean, no trees hit my house. So there's no structural damage to the roof. So when I say the roof needs to be replaced, I mean like the shingles, you know. The roof needs to be reshingled. Oh, it's destroyed. Yeah, it's destroyed. I'm probably not going to do that, Adam, because that's 5 or 6 hours worth of work that no one's going to watch, because just no one cares about football games from 2 weeks ago. I just missed the boat on that. Believe me, I wish I could have done it. Not doing the last 2-year season is over videos cost me thousands of dollars. Well, the insurance already been out here, so the problem's not the insurance. The problem is going to be finding a crew to do the job, because there's just so much work to be done in this area. Yeah, the insurance has already been out here, yeah, but yeah, roofers and, you know, like yard debris removal crews and people like that are hard to find right now. And you know, they're going to start with people who like have a tree in their house. And there's thousands of people in Augusta who have trees in their house right now. So replacing a few shingles on my roof is probably down their list. Yeah, we get that here too. Every time there's a hailstorm, every roofer within 100 miles shows up at your house and knocks on your door. That happened here earlier this summer. We had a hailstorm, and for like 2 weeks, every day, you'd get 2 or 3 roofing companies knocking on your door. But we ended up not having any damage from that hailstorm, but didn't get so lucky this time. Yeah, another bad storm supposed to hit Tampa tonight. No, I don't have Xfinity. Xfinity, and they're saying Xfinity around here. They're saying if you have Xfinity around here and it's not working, it could possibly be months before they before they get Xfinity working. Apparently, I don't know anything about internet and how it works, but apparently one of the main, I don't even know what they call it. One of the main internet hubs or substation areas in this area got basically destroyed. And I mean, there's more than one, but so if you get your internet, I guess from that particular station or whatever, they're saying it could be months.
Only the best.
I get dirty thoughts about you. They get worse when I'm without you.
Yeah, Comcast down bad around here. Xfinity.
Or are you thinking them as well?
Now the internet service that I have, I don't know. They don't appear to be doing much better. They're a much smaller company than Comcast Xfinity. And there's been some stories that have come out the last couple of days that, because I have, what is it called? WOW. There's only 2 options where I live for internet, Comcast or WOW. I had Comcast when we first moved here, but they pissed me off. So I showed them my Kroger card and canceled and switched to WOW, and I've had no problems at all with WOW. But they're a much smaller company, and there's been some stories that have come out over the last couple of days that I guess they were already having some financial problems and that they may not be able to recover from this storm. Wow. So I don't know. I don't even know what's going to happen with that. Now, there are people around, not everybody with WOW is out. Not everybody with Comcast. There's some people in this area with Comcast internet and it's working again now. There's some people with WOW internet service and it's working again now. It just depends where you live, where the substation closest to you is and how much damage there is there, or where the lines are down and all that kind of thing. So some people have it, some people don't. But they're saying if you don't have it, it could be a significant amount of time before you do have it.
Thoughts about you. They get worse when I'm without you. Does that mean that I'm going to hell? Or are you thinking them as well?
I don't think we have Spectrum. No, I don't think we have Spectrum here. About half of Augusta has AT&T fiber optic, and that's what I wish I had. If I could get AT&T fiber optic, that's what I would have. But it hasn't. it's not available in all of Augusta yet. It's kind of new here. So that's what I would get if I could. I would get fiber optic, but I can't get fiber optic here. I work for Xfinity, and we are sending a whole bunch of maintenance technicians down to Florida. I wonder how long they're going to be out. I don't know, but send some here. AT&T fiber ain't nothing special. Well, I don't know what you do or don't consider special about any particular internet service, but it is the fastest internet service. Fiber optic is faster than cable. I build Georgia fiber plant in Google fiber plant in Nashville. I wish we'd come to Augusta. I'd move in a heartbeat. Yep. Google fiber, AT&T. If I could get fiber optic, I would. Whether it was from AT&T or Google, I wouldn't care, but don't have it here. Some of Augusta has it. Mostly the newer areas. Plus, it's hard to take anything Vandy Dandy says seriously because he spent the last 2 weeks running around telling everybody that the only way... What is it? Explain it again, Vandy, how you think the only people that matter or survive, what is it you said, that you have to live in a major metropolitan area or whatever you said? Basically implying that Augusta is not a major metropolitan area, which just gets added to the list of shit that Vandy Dandy doesn't know anything about. Just got fiber optic. Love it. Yeah, I wish I could get it. Yeah, Augusta's a major metropolitan area. So your whole 2-week deal about how basically it's your fault if you live in a rural area because you shouldn't live there and you should have moved and you should have been in a major, all that fucking, just the fucking worst imaginable type of trolling that you've been trying to do the last 2 weeks with that whole speech. Augusta's the second biggest city in Georgia. There's 1 million people here. So, I mean, again, just added to the list of shit you don't know. I don't know what hats over 2 million mean. You have 2 million hats? That's great. That's amazing. Can't believe Bam beats UJ didn't lose to Vandy. Yeah. Well, I can't believe Vandy can beat Bama and UJ can't. I look at it the other way around. Cowpoke Ranch, what's up, buddy? Hoping the best for you and your family during these storms. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I do. Thank you. Hope y'all are doing all right, too. Yeah, it couldn't happen at a worse time for me in terms of my work schedule. Like, you know, if something like if I'm down for a couple of weeks in May or April, that's not the end of the world. Being down for 2 weeks during football season hurts. UJ needs a dual threat QB to beat Bama. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you think Stetson Bennett's a dual threat QB, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind a quarterback that can run around, but I don't want that instead of a quarterback that can throw. I didn't really look at Stetson as a dual threat quarterback. I mean, he was obviously mobile and athletic and could run, but I didn't really look at him as a dual threat QB. I mean, I don't know technically what he was classified as. Maybe he was a dual threat QB, but I never really viewed him that way. I mean, you look at the quarterbacks that have won the national title and the ones that haven't. J.J. McCarthy, Stetson Bennett, Mac Jones. You really got to go back to 2019. And Jaden Daniels. And even 2018, Trevor Lawrence as a freshman, he's not a dual threat quarterback, is he?
Only the best.
I promise that you'll never find another like me. I know that I'm a handful, baby. You know I never think before.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, sorry. Not Jaden Daniels. Sorry. Joe Burrow. Yeah.
I know that I went psycho on the phone. I never leave well enough alone. And trouble's gonna follow where I go. And there's a lot of cool chicks out, but one of these things is not like the others.
Remember when Rob Sanders said Kirby wasn't a top 25 guy? Yeah, that was kind of my introduction to Rob Sanders. I think I had seen him on Jackpot's channel a couple of times before that. But then when he said that, I think that was the first time I ever called his show. So I didn't know him that well then. So, of course, I went off on him with that, which didn't, that was a terrible take even at the time. I mean, Kirby didn't have a national title in the summer of 2021, but he had everything else. And to say that he wasn't even a top 25 coach, that was a terrible take, but it obviously ended up being one of the worst takes of all time because Kirby then won the next two national titles. But I called and jumped all over him for that, but I like Rob. Joe Burrow had NFL talent all around the team. Is there a national title team that doesn't have that? That sounds like every national title team ever. You look like two squid. Is that what I told Rob? Dan Lanning, natty run if they beat Ohio State. Oregon has the best defense in college football, in my opinion, besides Ashton Genty. But he's a Heisman candidate. Oregon has the best defense in college football besides Ashton Genty. What does Oregon's defense have to... I don't know. Florida State Seminoles will be your 2025 national champions. Woo. Save this. Yeah, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, man. I'm still going to have to see a group of five player win the Heisman before I believe it. I just have a feeling it's going to be one of those things where at the end, kind of like when there's like a defensive lineman or a linebacker or something that's clearly the best player in the country, but you just know he's not going to win the Heisman because it's going to go to some quarterback on a top five team. Like it just feels like we're going to look back at the Alston Genty thing the same way. That they're going to give it to whoever, I don't know, fill in the blank quarterback or whatever. And even though everybody's going to look around and go, and Travis Hunter's the other one. Like Travis Hunter and Alston Genty are probably the two best football players in the country. One of them is probably not going to win the Heisman because they play in a group of 5 league. The other one's probably not going to win the Heisman because their team will have too many losses, or people just don't like Dion, so they won't vote for any of his players. But I think those are the 2 best just football players in the country, Travis Hunter and Austin Genty, or whatever the hell his name is. I'm home, buddy. Yeah. The power came back on Monday night, so I came home Tuesday. So yeah, I'm back home. I just don't have any internet service yet, so I'm having to stream through a hotspot, but it seems to be working all right for the morning show. It's working all right on y'all's end, I'm assuming, right? Because every time anything goes wrong at all, y'all are quick to tell me something's not working, can't hear you, buffering, lagging, whatever. And I haven't seen any of those comments, so I guess it's working on y'all's end, right? So I'm assuming then tonight I mean, I don't normally do a call-in show on Wednesdays, but maybe I will do a call-in show tonight since I've missed so many. But the setup to do the call-in show, well, shit. Here's a dumb question. Well, never mind. Yeah, so we'll try to do the call-in show tonight. The setup will be basically the same to do a call-in show as it is to do the morning show. So the only addition would be adding StreamYard. Adding StreamYard for people to join the show. But we'll give it a shot tonight, I guess. And then I'm going to take some time this afternoon, too, and see if I can get all these TVs in here hooked up to the hotspot. There's going to be like a cutoff point where you can only, I can only have so many things running off this hotspot at one time before they all start to suffer from lag or whatever. And I have to figure out what that is. Can I live stream on YouTube and live stream and can I do a live stream on YouTube and watch TV on one TV at the same time? What about 2 TVs? What about 3 TVs? There'll be a cutoff point somewhere where I just won't have the bandwidth to do it. I'll have to find out what that point is so I can stream the games on Saturday. What happened after nothing happened after the video cut off. Probably stream in one TV if you're lucky. Well, if that's the case, at least I've got YouTube TV, which YouTube TV has that thing where it's got a channel that shows 4 games at once. So I guess I would have to do that. Get a second hotspot. I do have an HD antenna, Smod. I haven't had it hooked up in forever because I haven't had a need. But that, you know what? That's actually that's something that's a good idea actually. I could dig out that old HD antenna. And I can watch the ABC games on there. Oh. Let me check that cowpoke, man. Holy shit. Cowpoke. Man. I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. I'm rarely at a loss for words, but that's you got me pretty close here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lou, I've seen some amazing conspiracy theories over the years. The latest one from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, I've been kind of out of the loop on that stuff. Somebody did mention earlier that there was some kind of conspiracies about directing the hurricanes or something. I obviously don't believe in any of that. I don't know who's saying it, or I don't know. Yeah, Cowpoke, that was very generous of you, buddy. Yeah, when I used that HD antenna before, it worked great. Now, it does depend where you're at here. I can't speak to Atlanta, but in the Augusta area, it depends where you're at, which way your antenna faces versus where the TV station is and that kind of thing. But Alex Jones has been right 95% of the time. Yeah. The gay frogs and Sandy Hook never happened. And yeah, Alex Jones is a lunatic, man. What about the gay frogs? That's real. Okay, yeah, that tells us all we need to know about you. I appreciate you outing yourself quickly so we didn't have to waste a lot of time on you. Thank you. Glad you're back on, Lou. How's your dad's house? Dad's house was fine. He got power back one day after I did. So I got power back on Monday. He got power back. No, he got power back. I got power back Sunday. All the days are running together. He got power back one day after I did. All the days are running together. So they're okay. You know, for most people in Augusta, the storm was just a massive inconvenience. You didn't have power for anywhere from a couple of days to 10 days. You don't have internet service. Your cell phone service was spotty. You couldn't get gas for a few days. You couldn't get groceries for a few days, that kind of thing. For most people, that's all it was. Now, for the other whatever percent, it's unimaginable devastation. There are some neighborhoods in here. I've lived in Augusta my entire life. There are some neighborhoods in Augusta right now that I can drive around in and I get lost. I can't even tell where I'm at anymore because there's just nothing but down trees everywhere. Houses are pancaked. But that like the well, y'all saw the video I posted, didn't you? Basically, the older your neighborhood was, the worse off you likely were, because what happens is when they build these new neighborhoods now, they clear cut the land and there's no trees. But a lot of the old established neighborhoods still have tons of trees. Like this video that I uploaded, My mom grew up in this house, so this tells you how old this neighborhood is. Where is it? So my mom grew up in this house here. This is in, if you're familiar with the Augusta area, this is in Montclair. If you're not, you won't know what I'm talking about. But this is Montclair, and it's, I mean, some of these houses are 50, 60, 70 years old in here. But anyway, the point is the neighborhood has been there forever. So this entire neighborhood is filled with these pine trees like the one you see laid across the top of this house here. The whole neighborhood every yard, just the entire neighborhood is filled with these trees. And all of the older established neighborhoods in Augusta are that way. And those are the ones that got hit really bad. The newer neighborhoods that were built within the last 20 years, 30 years, when those neighborhoods were built, they clear cut the land. And so you drive in some of the newer neighborhoods, you don't see any trees like this. Whereas in this neighborhood, they're literally everywhere. So this was my grandparents' house when I was a kid. My mom was raised in this house, and my uncle lives here now. By the way, this was 3 days after the storm. So the county had already been through and cleared the road. So like these trees that you see with a clean cut, these trees were just laid across the middle of the road for the first couple. And the county came through and cut them in half and stacked them on the side of the road.
Only the best.
Should I do it on the phone? Should I leave a little note in the pocket of his coat? Yeah, maybe I'll just disappear. I don't wanna see a tear, and the weekend's almost here. I'm picking out this dress, trying on these shoes, 'cause I'll be single soon. I'll be single soon. I know he'll be a mess when I break.
So this is my uncle here, my mom's brother. He lives in this house here. This lady that he's talking to, this lady here lives a few houses down on the other side of the street. And she came over here to tell us that her insurance adjuster just came by the house and told her that it can't be saved, that they're just gonna level the house and write her a check to go buy a new one. And there's lots of houses in here that they're gonna have to tear down. You'll see some of them when I get in the car and drive down the street. Here we go.
Trying on these shoes, 'cause I'll be single soon. I'll be single soon. I know he'll be a mess when I break the news, but I'll be single soon. I'll be single soon. I'ma take who I wanna, stay late if I wanna. I'ma do what I wanna do. I'm picking out this dress, trying on these shoes, 'cause I'll be single soon. I'll be single soon.
By the way, there's houses all along. You just can't see some of them because of the trees. There's houses all along the street here. You just can't see them.
Yeah, I'll be single soon. Yeah, I'll be single soon. I'm picking out this dress, trying on these shoes, 'cause I'll be single soon. I'll be single soon. I know he'll be a mess when I break the news, but I'll be single soon. I'll be single soon. I'ma take who I want.
Anyway, it just goes on and on like that. Most of you have already seen that video. I bet it was frightening when all those trees started falling. Yeah, and the thing is, it was in the middle of the night, and the power was already out. So it's pitch black dark, so you don't know where the tree is falling. You hear it start to creak and crack, and then you hear the bang somewhere, and you just hope it's not on your roof. It is scary. Yeah. Colby Young was the player they threw the ball to at the last play, or not the last play, the last offensive play of the game for Georgia that was intercepted. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's scary. Michigan and Washington. We should have known something was up because Washington was favored in that game, and that didn't make any sense to me. And usually when that happens, it's because somebody knows something. And yeah, Michigan did lose. Yeah, that Ole Miss LSU game is going to be a good one. And Ole Miss is now in a similar boat to Georgia. They can't lose another game because they've got difficult games down the road. So in the case of Ole Miss, if they lose to LSU, that's their second loss, and then they still have to play Georgia. If Georgia loses to Texas in a couple of weeks, that's their second loss, and they still have to play Ole Miss in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm back home. Power came on Monday night, Sunday or night. All the days have run together. Power came back on here a couple of days ago. I came home yesterday. There's still no internet here, but I'm using a hotspot. So I'm hoping I can kind of get back to normal work-wise. I've never used a hotspot before. I'm hoping it holds up. Yeah, Asheville is bad. Does Florida have a chance Saturday? I mean, I don't think so. No. If it was in Gainesville, maybe. But no, I don't think they do. But I didn't think Arkansas had a chance against Tennessee either. Or Vandy had a chance against Bama. So, I mean, I guess there's always the, well, anything's possible argument that you could make. But it's hard for me to find a legitimate reason to pick Florida in that game. Yeah, I always love driving by that Batcave sign.
Only the best.
Did the Rocky Top Pan fun? No. No. Hey, Cowpoke, thank you again. buddy, that means a lot. It really does. Thank you so much. You were scared for my life? There was no fight. Yeah, I made 2 videos the next morning. Who am I taking in the Vanderbilt, Kentucky game? I haven't thought about that. I haven't. It's been a weird 2 weeks. I was saying at the beginning of the show, I need habit, and routine, and structure. I have to have that. And I have that here at home. I have the same. I mean, it's repetitive and kind of boring, I guess. I don't know. But I have the same. I do the same thing. I have a schedule. And you know, maybe that's a weakness that I have to be that structured. But if it is a weakness and I know it, then that's a strength then, because knowing your weaknesses is strength. Anyway, I have to have habit, routine, structure. You know, it's Monday. That means I'm getting up. I'm doing this before lunch, this, and this after lunch. And then maybe Lou Jr. has soccer or whatever. And I have to have that. And the last 10 days, I haven't had that. I've been out of the loop. So even things like I can't even tell you who all's playing this weekend. Oklahoma and Texas are playing. LSU and Ole Miss are playing. Florida and Tennessee are playing. Ohio State and Oregon are. Good God, there's a lot of good games. Ohio State and Oregon, but like looking on down the list past that, like you asking about Vanderbilt and Kentucky, I didn't even know they were playing. So I've got to get back in my the lady will tell you. I have to. I don't like things that change my routine. I don't like small things that change my routine a little bit. So then you have the last 2 weeks where my entire life basically has been upended. At least from a work perspective. I mean, I think I've spent 2 nights in this house in the last 2 weeks. And that's coming from, I don't like to leave the house ever for any reason. But first of all, I just wasn't going to live without power. If there's another option, and there was, I wasn't going to live without power when it was 90 degrees. You got to remember, I don't know where a lot of y'all live. It was 90 degrees down here still. 90. So 90 with no power for a week means it's 100 degrees in your house. I just wasn't going to do that if I had any other option. So the storm hit Thursday night into Friday morning. I think most of Friday we didn't really realize how bad it was. I don't think. And then Friday afternoon into Friday evening, we started hearing stories from other parts around town and stories about there not being any gas and nothing, all this kind of thing. And I had to make a decision on what to do for the next day for the football games. And I didn't have a lot of time to make that decision or to try to come up with a plan. So the plan I came up with is, all right, we're getting up at 8 in the morning. We're driving to Columbia. We're going to find a hotel room in Columbia. And I'm going to find somewhere in Columbia that's got a bunch of TVs, and I'm going to sit in there and watch football all day. And so that's what I did that first Saturday. We found a hotel room in Columbia. I Googled what restaurants near there or whatever. The Wild Wings came up. So I stayed at Wild Wings all day that first Saturday, so I at least got to watch all the games. Woke up Sunday morning and had to drive back to Augusta because it was a spur of the moment thing. So like we had left the dog at home just for overnight, but you can't leave him any more than that. So we drove back Sunday morning. Got back home. We had to like, you know, we had to throw everything away that was in the refrigerator. Because by that point they were already saying you're probably going to be a week without power. That's what they were just telling everybody in Augusta. He's probably going to be a week without power. So we had to go through and, you know, throw everything away and do all that kind of shit. And then we had to figure out what we were going to do. And we were in a tough spot because we have a dog. Now, see, a cat, I don't like leaving the cat at home, but the cat doesn't mind it. The cat, the cat would prefer to be left alone. That's how cats are. Cats can survive on their own, whereas for a certain amount of time, whereas maybe a dog can't. You know, a cat has a litter box. A cat, this is another thing that might surprise you if you've never owned a cat. Cats only eat what they need to eat. That's it. Like, in other words, you can put a bowl of dog food down. A dog's going to walk up and eat that entire bowl of dog food right away, period, every time until he's 1,000 pounds. You can put down 10 pounds of cat food. A cat's only going to eat a little bit at a time till they're full, and then they're going to walk away. And then they'll come back later and eat some more. So anyway, you leave food, water, litter box. The cat was going to be okay, but we had to figure out something about the dog. So anyway, that's when Mr. and Mrs. Pete called or texted the lady or whatever, how that happened, and offered to have us come stay there, dog and all. So shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Pete again. I've thanked them a bunch of times in person, but online too. I think they're coming back from Nashville today. But anyway, they were nice enough to let us basically take over their house. I mean, because it was me, BA, her 2 kids, and their dog. So, you know, they were great. They were great. So we stayed there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 nights we stayed there. 5 nights we stayed there. Friday morning, we had to come back home. We had to check on the cat. One of the ladies' sisters, actually both of the ladies' sisters, power had been turned back on. Ours hadn't, but theirs has, and so they were going to let Alita and the kids and the dog come stay with them. So anyway, we came back to Augusta on Friday, but I still had nowhere to watch football. And at that point, they were telling us here that it would be October 19th before we got power back. No. 9th? 12th? I don't know. Again, with the day. Anyway, we came back to Augusta Friday. Alita and her kids went to stay with her sister. I got in the car and went to Cherokee. And so I could watch the games up there. So, and then I came back yesterday. Power's been back on for a couple of days here. I came back yesterday, still waiting on the internet. There's no internet. So I'm having to stream and do all this from a hotspot. So as far as the rest of the week and the live shows and all that go, I'm going to try to get back to the normal schedule. I'm at the mercy of the hotspot, though. As long as the hotspot holds up, it looks like I can do these type of live streams. I'm assuming I can also probably do the call-in show. On Saturday, as far as watching football, you know, I've got YouTube TV, which is a streaming service. So I'm going to try to hook all 3 of these TVs up to the hotspot and my computer up to the hotspot at the same time so I can live stream Saturday like I normally do. I don't know if that's going to work. There's going to be a certain kind of cutoff point where this mobile hotspot can only handle so much at a time, and I'm going to have to, you know, but again, I'm playing all this by ear, so we'll see. We'll see. But I think I'm going to go live tonight, too. I've missed a ton of live shows. I've missed a lot of everything. So maybe I may try to go live tonight for some sort of call-in show or something. We'll see. And then, of course, the regular call-in show tomorrow, Thursday night at 9. Why didn't you punch that Voltard in the ear? He didn't do anything to me to deserve to be punched in the ear. He didn't want to be on camera. That was his whole deal. He just didn't want to be on camera. Oh, PayPal. All right, let's see, PayPal. Wow. Thank you. Y'all are, this is a little overwhelming. I appreciate that. I wish there was something I could do to really show you how much I appreciate that, but nothing I could do would show the right level of appreciation for that. So thank you. And the same thing to Cowpoke Ranch earlier. That's I really appreciate that. Uh-oh. Now YouTube's messing up. Did the stream cut off? The stream didn't cut off, did it? Did the stream cut off on y'all's end? No. Okay, good. It was just on my end. All right. Good. Good. I got a YouTube error, and it made me refresh YouTube. All right. I am going to get out of here. I wasn't planning on doing this morning. I've actually been up for a while. I was on the back porch drinking coffee and scrolling football sites on my phone, and I was just going to come in here and see how this hotspot thing worked, like just hook it up and all. And anyway, after I got it hooked up, I said, well, why don't I just go live for the morning show and see if it, just see how it works, see if it works or whatever. So I appreciate y'all popping in this morning. Y'all were kind of the test crowd for this hotspot, so we'll see how it goes over the next few days or week or however long it takes me to get the regular internet back. But I'm going to try to do everything as normal now, with the addition of an extra show tonight. I'm going to go live tonight on the football channel, on the Uncle Lou channel. And I don't know if we'll do the call-in show or if we'll just talk college football for a while. And then tomorrow night I'll do the regular call-in show. And we'll go from there, roll into Saturday. We'll do the Saturday morning college football kickoff show. I've really missed that show too. So we'll do all that. But thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate it. It looks like we'll at least be able to do something here with the hotspot. Something's better than nothing. So at least I'm back home. And again, a big thank you. I don't know. There's nothing I could do or say to thank you enough. Jonah and Jonah N and Jacob G. Very, very kind and generous. And you don't know how much I appreciate that and how much that helps. So thank you.
Only the best.
Thank you. All right. I'll get a video or two up today during the day, and then we'll go live tonight and talk some college football. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good morning.
That I'm in the dark, I don't regret, 'cause my heart can't take a loss. I'd rather be so oblivious, I'd rather be with you. When it's said, when it's done, yeah, I don't ever wanna know. I could tell what you've done, yeah. When I look at you in your eyes, I see there's something burning inside you. Oh, inside you, in your eyes. I know it hurts to smile, but you try to. Oh, you try to.
coming out of my bed for you to get wasted. It's like I forgot that staring is rude, and that's what 5 shots could turn me into. But you've done most things that gentlemen do, so
When it's said and when it's done, yeah, I would never let you know. I'm ashamed of what I've done, yeah. When I look at you in your eyes,